Hello everybody. It's been a while since I've done a video, but and the reason for this is that in October uh, 2020, 2018, October 22nd, 2018, I got run over by a dump truck. uh, I was riding my bicycle. I'd been to the bank and I was on my way home, and I came to the intersection. Came to this intersection, and there was and I had the green light. I was on the bicycle, but I was on the left-hand side of the road. Uh, but I had the green light, and the cross traffic had the red light. As I came to the intersection, I saw this dump truck on his approach to the intersection. I saw him on his approach. He should have seen me. Now, I maybe not have been paying as close of attention as I should have been, but he was slowing down at a rate consistent with coming to a full and complete stop. Because of that, he had the red light. I had the green light. He did not have did not have on his turn indicators, and I stepped off the curb. And as soon as I stepped off the curb, just barely as soon as I stepped off the curb, he suddenly turned his wheels to the right and sped up. Uh, I immediately lifted the front wheel of my bicycle up to get off the bicycle, because with the bicycle under me, I couldn't really move to the right or to the left. I lifted up the bicycle and threw it off to the right to get off when I was suddenly slammed to the ground by the front wheel. The front wheel rolled completely over my body, and after doing so, I could not move my body. I could not get up to get out of the way of what was coming, because what was coming were the back wheels. The first set of back wheels ran over me, and it was the heaviest weight I have ever experienced in my life on my body. And no sooner had that one rolled over me than there were two more wheels coming. And so like the front wheel pretty much ran over from toe to head, the back wheels ran over me crosswise, okay, as best as I can remember. I never lost consciousness. There just happened to be a police car waiting at the red light. So as soon as the dump truck finished his turn and started up the street, I saw the police car. I waved to them, and they came and called the ambulance. And the reason I couldn't move is because I had a broken leg, broken femur in my left leg. You know, I was able to sit up, but I wasn't able to move or anything. And anyway, the police officer did not ask me what had happened. He did not ask the truck driver what had happened. And the truck driver was insisting that he had come to a full and complete stop, which if he had have come to a full and complete stop, he would have surely seen me, and if he had come to a full and complete stop and looked both ways like you're supposed to do according to the law, he would have seen me. And seeing me, he should have stopped again. But he didn't. He insists on that he didn't see me. Well, anyway, I got taken to the hospital. As soon as the paramedics got there, well, the police actually, when they were leaning over me and saying, are you feeling any pain? Are you feeling okay? You know, when the paramedics got there, they kept asking me the same thing. Do you have any pain? No, I didn't have any pain. I was conscious, you know, and they were asking me, what's my name? You know, what year is it? And what's your birth date? And asking me all this information, you know, and he had me follow. You know, he stuck his finger up and follow my finger with your eyes, you know, and I was fully conscious, fully aware of what was going on. I have a full recollection of everything. except for that brief moment when I was being slammed to the ground. I don't remember that exactly, but because it happened so quickly. Well, anyway, so they came and the ambulance came and they got me out of the ambulance, and all along the way they're saying, "Can we get you anything for the pain?" I said, "There's no pain," and so they kept driving. We got to KU Medical Center, and they got me onto the gurneys and took me to the hospital, got me into the x-ray room. Can we get you something for the pain? There's no pain. Okay. So after all that, then they said, well, we're going to have to do surgery. You got a broken femur. And what kind of anesthesia? We want to talk to you about anesthesia. And I said, well, just put me to sleep. And they came and talked to me about that. They said, well, we kind of want you to be awake during the operation, but what we'll do is we'll give you an epidural. You will not feel a thing. And in addition to that, we'll put something in the air so that you won't even care. So I was awake during the whole operation, though I do not. I could feel them turning my body. I could feel them tugging at it like stitches or whatever. But I did not care what they were doing. And but anyway, so when the surgery was over and I'm still awake, and they took me into recovery, and I'm laying there, well, the anesthesia will wear, the epidural will wear off pretty soon. And do you want something for the pain? I said, no, there's not going to be any pain. The epidural wore off. There was no pain. Can you move your toes? Yeah, I could move my toes. Can you move your ankle? I could move my ankle. Can you move your knee on my left leg? No, I couldn't move it. I could not. I could rock my leg back and forth from my hip, but I couldn't do anything from the thigh. I had no nerve contact between my hip and my knee, and I could not move my thigh. I could not flex my thigh, and it was totally bruised anyway. And totally damaged, and I had what's called eschar around my knee. And what that is where the skin is like in fire or something. The skin is just dies for whatever reason, for heat damage or whatever, which may have been from friction from the bicycle or who knows what, because there was no bleeding. It was just dead skin called eschar. I had a cut from the middle of my big toe and second toe up my foot that required like 18 stitches or something like that. And that was the extent of my injuries. Okay, I mean, having a broken femur is a major injury. So, but the point of the matter is that from the beginning to the end of the whole ordeal, I have not experienced any pain. My eschar is gone. My wounds are mostly healed. And they put a bar in my femur to reattach it. And so I've got a metal bar running through my femur, which I think the bone is mostly healed, but it's still swollen, and therefore I still have swelling in my leg. And I don't walk very fast because of the swelling, and it doesn't hurt, but it's very uncomfortable to move, and uncomfortable to move rapidly. But anyway, I'm alive, and I'm well, and the whole point of all this is there a true and living God? And I can say beyond any shadow of a doubt, yes, he does. And I can say that because I'm alive. After the accident was over, I'm looking down at my injuries and I'm saying, these injuries are not consistent with having been run over by a dump truck. I should have been roadkill. And but I was had a broken thigh, which was which was consistent with having been slammed to the ground by the front wheel. But the rest of it was purely God. Yeah, he protected my body. He put, a barrier of protection between me and that truck, so it rolled over me without doing any further damage, without